Okay, welcome to another video. This is going to be a live trade with the ICT concept from the London Open. So if we quickly jump onto the trading view, and I took a trade this morning.
So this was earlier, getting set to trade.
Which was for around 30 to 40 pips. And I just wanted to run you through the concept that I have been talking about in the past week. And we started with the bias and this is on the euro dollar. And you'll see some drawings here. It might not make sense, but as we go through, I'll try and explain what you're looking at. So first of all, I looked at the daily and we can see that uptrend from last week is still in play.
It's a tough break, but hey, Callahan's still in play. Yes,
we have these swing highs here, which would be called in ICT language, it would be the buy stops. In terms of people that have been going short, they will be setting up their stops above that level, and it's creating that sort of resistance there. So if we put a trend line on that high to that there, that is sort of my bias, that this liquidity above this high here will be taken out at some stage next week, this week or next week, when we are going into Christmas, so things will be slowing down. And what we're going to see is if we go also on the bias of the euro dollar, the moving averages are on a strong buy on the daily, neutral on the week, buy on the week, sorry, and sell on the month. So these are things that, if you want, you can use them or not. The oscillators just adds a little bit of weight onto what you're looking at. So if we go down to what we saw today, and that would be how you set your chart on the 15-minute. A little quick tip on if you want to check, if you're in America and you want to check what time London opens and you want to add some opening times, you can switch here and go to London, and that will give you the open of the day, so 12 o'clock, and then the open of the market at 8 o'clock. And that's where you can highlight the swing highs and swing lows.
How cool is this?
And as you can see here, if I take the replay, I started the day around 7. So this is what I saw. And we can see these high swings here, creating sort of a liquidity point for the algorithm to take out the stops and then push it lower. With my bias looking for longs, what I was looking for is for a fair value gap in ICT language. So what I did is I was waiting to see how this break here, you want it to see with volume. It went all the way up here. I won't show me that. So let's go from this 5-minute. And what happened? That closed there and it created a value gap from here to here. And the reason I've got this orange box here is because I use the 3-minute, and you can see it just cleans it out a little bit. And we had that value gap there. So I was looking for longs here. So my first...
Okay, what do we say if somebody doesn't want to buy?
Buy my brownies or I'll kill you.
Position was around this area when it got hit. Right there. So now I was into the trade. My stop loss was below the lows. My lot size was 0.35, so I would be risking around $70 per position, and I ended up having 3 positions in. And as you can see, that came down, tagged me in, and I was aware of another value gap, which was, if you were on the 3-minute, it was here, but if you go onto the 5-minute, that value gap there. So I did have an idea that this is going to come all the way down here, take positions, so the people that want to see the market going higher, take positions at the fair value gap at this area here, and then go up. But sometimes that doesn't get filled, so it fills this gap and then it continues up. This is on the pre-market, remember. And so I had the position there, and it went, so we had the fill, Then we went all the way to my second position. So this is where you sit in a bit of heat. But as we said, I'm used to sitting into heat in terms of, because all my challenges on the 5%ers have been passed with trading like the scruffy trader.
It's probably because you're a bit scruffy.
Which you build up a position and you decrease the risk as it's moving towards your stop. So a combination of these two traders in this trade. My management comes from a scruffy trader and the setup comes from ICT. And this is a good point to say that, you know, you don't have to trade like anyone. There's no one way of trading. You have to find what works for you and then implement the good stuff that you take from the scruffy trader or the ICT methodology and combine it to what works for you. And this is what I'm doing here. So I've got my max. I can go in with 3 positions for my risk on this account, on my 125,000 account. So what I did is I took position here, it went against me, and I got 2 positions in this area here. Sorry, 1 position here and 2 positions above on this fair value. So all the fair value of this block here has been filled up to that point. And what happened next? The market went all the way up to these highs, and that will be your target, the swing highs of that. Next target would be this swing high up here.
Target, maximum firepower.
I'm still quite new to this, so this is something that I need to learn, is to build up my position up and do a trail stop so I can run the trade a bit longer or take some positions off and build up. But because I had a hit 2 weeks ago, I'm still like getting used to letting the trade go in all the way to TP. So that's something that I'm working on. And as we can see here, I got I'll show you the results. I got my profit a bit lower than that because I let it run a little bit, and I got out on this high here, and I got a profit of, let's have a look. So I had 3 positions, and these positions were about 10 pips and a bit more, so about 40 pips, 104 pounds, dollars, sorry. And that is, I'm happy with that, trading something new, such as the open of the London, and this was done before the open. And if I had held, what my other presumption was that as the market was going back into play, if I hadn't started trading, this would be another fair value gap, as you can see here. And I was considering entering this fair value here. And if you're getting confused with all the boxes, if I delete this one and this one and this one, so you see that fair value gap here, which the market would want to come and fill. So I was looking to enter here, and this is the open of the London session. So a bit of volatility coming in because you've got the Asian market closing, you've got London coming in. So it's a bit of a crossroad path.
And your sister is so volatile.
Where everything comes together and they start building up positions. So it's a bit volatile, and it can be a bit risky trading this time. So if I take that line out, you see that it filled the fair value gap. Let's go to our drawing tool. It filled it up to the middle part of that fair value. So I would be going in. If it came down here, I would have added another trade, but it didn't. So I missed the boat, and that's fine. You can't win them all.
The trade is leaving.
And if we go full screen, you'll see it never came down here for me to fill in that new order. And it went all the way to what we were talking about before, took these highs out, and now is chasing that high. I don't know what's going to happen here, but if I continue with the trade, you'll see that high there takes out that liquidity of that position. And it even continued a lot higher. So if you held that position, you could trail that stop and made a lot of profit. There you have it. That was my day trade today. It took about from 7:30 to 8:30. I started planning this because I'm in Italy, so I'm an hour ahead. And I'm quite happy with that. My bias was long, as I said, on the daily. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed that trade and you learned something. If you do, make sure you subscribe to this. I've only got 50 subscribers and I do want to build a bit of momentum behind these. And if you do like ICT trading, and I do see some following coming from there, I might continue doing this. Also, if you're following the Scruffy Trader, I'll be trying to do show some stuff from Scruffy. As you know, that Scruffy has his own Discord, and you need to join that. So I can't really share a lot of stuff of how Scruffy trades. But I do like both traders. Make sure you follow them both. And we'll see that from there. See you on the next video.